Okay.
Okay, when it comes to the kinds of foods to avoid or lean into when dieting for fat loss, what are the things that you think people often overlook? What are the things that are unnecessarily demonized? Where should people be putting their attention? What's the best food groups to make fat loss easy?
Yep. Raspberries are great. Blueberries will kill you and they're terrible. Next question.
What the fuck did you say?
Best food groups to make fat loss easy.
Yep. Raspberries are great. Blueberries will kill you and they're terrible. Next question.
Blueberries will kill you? Is it
As far as specific foods, short of like eating
trolling,
soap
right?
or poison, there are really no individual foods that are bad for you. And there are no individual foods that stall fat loss. There have been foods historically that have been demonized, not as individual foods. All of them have gone through the ringer at least once, but food groups. Sugars. People will say sugars are bad for you. It's just categorically false to say that. Sugars aren't bad for you. Sugars are no more prone to adding body fat or making body fat loss any more difficult. It's a non-starter. In direct evidence, in theory, the whole gamut. Nowadays, it's fun to poke fun at sugar and at carbs. Back in the 80s and 90s...
I hate that people don't get this terminology, right? Like, when people say sugar is bad, if they have 1 ounce of intelligence, they will be referring to added sugars, right? No one's saying don't eat a fucking blueberry, or no one says don't eat a fucking banana, or whatever. They're so brain that they're just parroting the fucking internet with this fucking fruits contains sugars, carbs are sugars. Like, it's so fucking exhausting.
If you told...
Like, it's exhausting to say every time added sugar is bad for you, so we just shorten it to sugar is bad.
someone you were health conscious, and then you put butter on something, they were like...
But then this guy who fucking just reads the copy pasta on internet thinks he's
You were
fucking
delusional. Because everyone knew that saturated fat
fucking
just
scientist.
straight up killed you where you stood. And you were never going to get lean eating a diet high in fats. They were also wrong. Calorie balance is so king that it doesn't discriminate hardly at all among food groups, fats versus carbs, none of that. So the myths of fats are too high or carbs are too high or sugars are too high, they're just that, myths. However, a very important thing to consider is the palatability of your food and the fullness factor your food gives you, because hunger's a real thing. So, you want to choose food when you're dieting for fat loss, creating a caloric deficit, that does at least 2 things for you. 1, it's not so damn delicious that you just want to eat more and more of it. And if you don't, you're just suffering. Like, if you were deep into a fat loss diet, and I was like, hello, Chris, would you like a Cheeto? You'd be like, don't. Why? Because as soon as one of them Cheetos hits your lips, paradise. You know, purple angels flying around, it's better than acid at that point. You just want another Cheeto. So if you're on a fat loss diet, something bodybuilders discovered a long time ago, and a gentleman named, I'm going to butcher his name for sure, Stefan Guyenet, he says pronounced like DNA. I would just say Guyenet, because I'm American. Woo! He, I believe, coined the term, or at least exposed the public to it, of something called the food palatability reward hypothesis. Properly couched as a hypothesis, so he's
Not a
really
theory.
the fucking man.
Okay.
And it basically says something baffling when you think about it. It's ultra simple and explains most of the variants we've already talked about with obesity. When food is really tasty, people tend to eat more and they get fat. And they just want more. And if you have tasty food, but you've relegated yourself willpower style, like a good person, to not eating it, you're just going to be more miserable.
Oh, fuck.
You ever smell cheeseburgers being
I forgot to add my nuts.
made while you're in the single digits body fat? You're like, dude, if there was an entire family of people between me and those cheeseburgers, like, I don't insert politically correct, to shoot them, I'm gonna eat my way through
This dude,
them.
Mike Israetel, recently said he uses ChatGPT and cries every time because it's so thoughtful and kind, and he thinks making AI is creating God.
My man. So basically, if you're dieting for fat loss, try to have foods that aren't like exotically delicious.
I believe you.
Veggies, fruits, whole grains, lean meats, not a ton of sauces, not a crazy ton of flavor. And here's the really fucked up part. It's going to be completely counterintuitive. What do you want when your body is telling you, listen, you need to put the fat back on? You want exactly the food that you shouldn't be having. So it's kind of like abstaining from jerking it or something, where it's like, what do you really want to do? You're like, I want to jerk it. Like, what are you not supposed to be doing? Not supposed to jerk it. Right. But if you can eat at home, if you can clear all of your shelves at home of junk and just have that lower palatability food, first of all, if you're hungry enough, that shit tastes real good. Plain chicken and broccoli tastes amazing if you're actually hungry. Have that stuff, that's really, really awesome to do. And secondly, you want to have food that keeps you fuller for longer. Food with a lot of fluid volume, food with a lot of fiber, food that takes longer to digest. Minimally processed, fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean meats, and healthy fats are just kind of undefeated in that category. And so for the calories you're allowed to have, it's a lot of food. It's not ultra tasty, so you kind of feel like you're